Hey, hey,
Hello,
hi,
Kumzile.
Khathala, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Good. Let me
Yeah.
start by saying thank you for inviting me in your one personal space, in the space again that you were working in. It's beautiful, Troyville. So when we're
Oh,
looking at
thanks,
Troyville,
man.
where's Troyville? You know we're from Joburg, but
Mm,
sometimes you don't even know these places
yeah.
exist. And the space here, it's amazing. But hey, guys, welcome to Conversations with Upumzile again. You know what I do? You know, when I know people are doing great things out there, I'm that girl, that number one says, hey, I want to talk to you. I want to know more about you and what you do. I don't do biography. I don't go back and read. I just wanted to know, okay, I know Khathala personally, but the project that she's working on, so I know what they're doing something good with community around here. So this is Mvuso School and Community Education Project. But for me, I don't want to focus kakulu here.
Okay.
So I've seen the things that you're doing on Facebook with the kids, drama, arts, and craft. But before we talk about that, who is Khathala in the space? Because I know you. You are, I almost want to say, one of the veterans in the arts. I feel like you've been a community builder. You've been in the art space. You've invited me in so many theater programs to say, come see what we're doing. And you always shine a light on others. But today I thought, let the spotlight come back and be,
Yes,
who are you?
sure. Who is Khathala? Khathala is a Cape Town born, um, in the township called Nyanga East.
Okay.
Like you said, like I've always been in the arts. Like, um, as far as I remember myself, actually, from Nyanga Arts
Yes.
Center, which is now called Nyanga Development Arts Center,
Okay.
where even my mom who used to work there, she's as a sewing instructor.
Wow.
And so I mean, since I was young, I was surrounded I was introduced in the arts
Okay.
by my cousin who, when I was young, he had his own traditional drama, dance group called Amamuto,
Okay.
which I so wanted to be part of it, but I was told that I was young, which I wasn't young, I was just small.
Oh yes, and you're
You
still
know,
like small bodied. I mean, really.
why am I being tortured over something that I don't have control of?
Discrimination. Shame then.
So yeah, and basically it's something that I used to do. Like I did get myself involved in dance. I even collected, including my cousins,
Oh wow.
my friends and my cousins,
To come.
having a dance group, where we
Wow.
go, and on Saturday we go and bask in town, or at the
Yes.
bus terminus, or what,
And
so
showcase.
yeah,
That's a
one
showcase.
of those girls.
Life of
Yeah,
showcasing. Yes.
yeah, man. So that's the only life I know, basically.
It's in the arts.
In
And then when
that,
did you move to Joburg?
I moved for the first time. I moved, okay, from Cape Town after graduated at UCT, which was '99,
Okay.
and I went to the States and worked there at the summer camp, doing the same thing, dance and drama.
Sure. It's
Even
your
though I was,
DNA, Mos.
yeah, I was in arts, I was a head counselor, but
Okay.
also I was assisting in dance and
Wow.
drama. So I got back and I was like, at that time I joined Jazz Art.
Okay.
I was Jazz Art, and I left Jazz Art because the people that were training me at Jazz Art had decided to leave after 10 years being a Jazz Art. They went back home in Durban.
Okay.
So I followed them.
You're like, where are you going? I'm there.
Yeah, man. So yeah, it just made sense for me to be in their spaces because they were the ones who, like, I mean, I was also trained by Alfred Hinkle, who was the
Oh
artistic
wow.
director of Jazz Art. So after, I think, 2005, 2006, I decided to come back to Joburg.
Okay.
That was like, I finished the dance training,
Yeah.
and now I don't want to forget about the drama that I studied at
Oh
UCT.
yes.
So combining the two, I want to specialize in physical theater. And I've always had a passion of like sharing the skill, working with the young ones, which to go back, sorry, Devin kind of introduced me into that even more because I also started that even at Jazz Art.
Okay.
I worked with the Magnet Theatre. I was employed by Magnet Theatre, so working with the kids from around the schools
Okay.
in Cape Town. So even at Penduga in Durban, so they did the same. Like now and then we'll go and run workshops at in the township around like Kwabo
Mlazi,
Mlazi,
Yabomaji,
Wabomaji,
okay,
yeah,
yeah.
and also at DUT.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
okay.
So
Sure.
from that, I'm like, geez, I'm actually enjoying myself, like doing
Yes.
this than people coming and watching me performing.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Okay.
so while I
So
was,
now you are a performer, like fully professional performer, but you more like, you know what, I teach better. For me, if I impart the skill to somebody else. Oh wow.
yeah,
Okay.
I got the, yeah, because like it's a different thrill. I love both, but
Yeah.
like with the other, I'm more complete
Wow.
because I always say like I wish like I had somebody like me
Yeah.
when I was growing up. I would believe like I would have been
Oh wow.
way far
Wow.
if I had somebody to introduce me into these things. Because even in high school, like I didn't like school.
Yeah.
I did not like school. I was bored to death in school, and yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a black child, so we know how we grow
Yes.
up as black kids, especially girls.
Yeah.
You have responsibilities of being the mother when the mother's not around.
Yeah.
So for me to go into the nearest like community hall that has some activities, it was my escape route.
Oh yes. Yeah.
And it would have been so much better if those people would come into my school,
And do that.
and do that.
Then you
Then
don't
I
have
would
to.
be at school every day.
Yeah, it's not like you are running out somewhere and leave this.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You touched a sore point, something that I believe in. I always say I wish I had now knowing what I know now, I wish I had a me then where people believe in who you are, even if they don't see what's happening on the other side, but just believe in who you are and hold your hand and say, let's go. At that time when it mattered the most.
Even just like not even just like believe in who you are, just to have that space.
Yes.
Just have that space like to that is it's a different learning.
Yeah.
It's not like
Yes.
we go to education like academy. Like there's other ways of learning.
Of learning.
So that's what I meant, like to be introduced into that space.
But at school, in the environment that you go there every day, I hear you.
Yeah.
And I find with most schools, they will have your legal drama, your drumming. I remember at my school's child, they had drumming and all that. But it's not all school, it's more your privileged schools that get to.
Yeah.
You know,
you're talking about somebody that went to the township.
yes. And there's nothing like that.
Mm-mm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So now you are here. So Khathala has moved in that space of teaching with a lot of community projects, Cape Town, Durban, and abroad. Now you are here.
Yeah.
Now you are part of Mvuso.
Yes.
But before you being part of this, what is your biggest wish and dream for you to have and impart the knowledge that you have to others? And how can it be done?
Good Lord. It's something now I even like said it like, was it 2 days ago?
Yeah.
To my co-facilitator for another project. So I'm like, I don't know why I ended up being where I'm at right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm supposed to have like a shelter.
Okay.
For women and kids. I'm supposed to have like a school. Even like an art center. Art center maybe, not grade school, art center.
Yeah.
Whereby because the sad part is that is the underestimation of like what the art can do.
For individuals.
I'm still experiencing that even right now, like in the schools that I'm working with, like creative arts.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, you know, we don't know this, write notes. Okay, come do a dance. You're not teaching them.
Yeah.
Where are they supposed to start? You know, how are they supposed to implement what is in their textbook that you hold as a Bible?
Yeah.
You know, yeah, it gets like
Emotional.
pisses me off sometimes.
So would you say is it our government or is it people's mentality that we get to a space whereby arts is still taken as a recreational thing than a profession? As much as yes, we have you are a graduate in drama, but you come out of it, you still are questioned with like people will question what you do. You know, when you have to apply for a job, there's so limited things you can do. Yes, there's TV. Now the theaters are hit so badly due to COVID, and the arts suffers more. Where's the gap? Where is the biggest? We do have an arts and culture department, but where's the lag? Why are we not getting there like normal schools? Or as you are saying, if it becomes part of a syllabus, part of like your mainstream school for every school, not certain school, every like with the
But
subject.
it is. But it is. It's a subject. It's called creative arts, and it also like part of like starting from grade 4
Is it?
up to grade 7. It's under life skills.
Okay.
The performance and everything is under life skills. Where
Okay.
there's 4 art forms.
Okay.
Like it's dance, drama, visual art, and music.
Okay.
They
So it's part of the curriculum.
It's in the curriculum, but you know.
But what's the issue there?
The issue is that the teachers, like you know, they whatever that they've been taught in their colleges, it's not part of that. So that's where the problem is. Like they will take like an LO teacher,
yeah,
or like a language teacher. Yes. Then that language teacher is always like it's either an LO teacher or just like language teacher. Then you do creative arts. You teach creative arts, of which they don't teach that because they don't know, and then they focus on the language or the LO.
The LO, just lifestyle and all that. So it means this is something that parents need to know.
I was going to say it's the ignorance from everyone.
From
I'm
everyone.
blaming everyone.
Parents and the teachers, because the teachers, they want to secure themselves. You are employed, you do what you do. So, but from the parent side, I don't think as a parent, I have kids, one in primary, one in high school. I can tell you this. I know there's LO, but I really didn't know that the type of teacher that will be teaching my child visual arts or performing arts would just be somebody who's not even from drama school, who is a graduate. So these are the things that we need to know as people in general, so that we inquire from our school. When you take your child to school, then you inquire, do you have this? And the teacher who's teaching this, are they qualified? Not just in language, but in performing arts. Yeah. Wow, that's amazing.
It's just like when I'm now with Imvuso, from 2015, I would say come back to Joburg again in 2015 after 5 years. So, and now I'm like, I really want to do this working in schools, because I also did it in Cape Town through Nyanga Development Arts Center.
Yeah.
And I came back and like, really, I do want to do this. So a friend of mine, Moses, told me about Drama for Life and the short course that they do. And I'm like, will they take me to the schools, dude? Because that's all I want. Yeah. I want. It was also my way of knowing, getting into the schools, knowing where the schools are in Joburg, because I'm not from here.
Yes.
So through this, and then I worked with at Aurora. It's a girls' school.
Girls' school, yeah, I know Aurora.
Yo, my goodness! Like, I didn't like. First of all, it was also my first experience, like working in the school with just only girls.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's this. I'm glad that the school was open.
Okay.
like we were very welcomed, and it
Oh,
was two
wow.
groups. It was two groups, and we were welcomed in they open up the space for us to work, and then the kids.
Were available, made them available to you.
Yes, Mvuzo is a collaboration between the artist and the teachers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Maybe
when
before you
trained,
go back, just tell us more about Mvuzoge now, so that at least we can
Okay.
piece the together. Now
Yeah.
we're talking about collaboration. So Mvuzo is a project.
Yeah, like I said, like I started with it, like it was a short a short course.
Okay.
So you get like a week of training,
Okay.
which is like the teachers and and the artist.
Okay.
Um,
So the
they be trained
teacher isn't from a school.
from a school from
Okay, so any
high
teacher
school.
from high school. Okay.
Yes, they applied, and also I applied.
Wow.
You
Okay.
apply to be part of UFOs.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. They don't just take people from the streets.
Okay, so teachers out there must know there is something like that where you can apply to this as a teacher and
Yes.
collaborate. Then they collaborate with you as an artist.
Yeah, I
And
think
what happens?
I think what they do, they Mvuso staff, they go to the Department of Education, and then they speak to the Department of Education about the project, and then it's only the Department of Education that
Tell the
tells them,
schools,
yeah,
and then the
how
schools
to
that are
get the
interested.
teachers. Yes, so there
Okay.
is somebody from the Department of Education
Okay.
that gets the schools.
Okay.
But that was like okay. And then with the artist also, it's another way of like, because some of the artists like they been artists because of their passion, like they didn't even go as far as like go
Graduate,
to
yeah.
even go to the university.
Yeah.
So like if you've been working in the art for more than 5 years,
Yeah.
and then you think like actually I wanna do more than this, and Vuso is a good field for you because it's like an introduction into
Oh.
into drama for life, which is a postgrad.
Okay.
Yeah. So working with which is what most of the artists did. So by me working at I guess like there's so much stories. My good, I guess like I saw myself because those girls were just like my first project,
Yeah.
and I saw myself too much in them,
Oh, wow.
and I felt home. I felt like, you know, when you that moment of like, you know, this is a right thing. You yes, you know, it depends. It happens with all other projects, but like they all differ.
Yes.
Somehow
There's a feeling that sometimes you cannot even write it down.
Yeah.
Like you know, this is it. This is
Oh.
meant to be.
I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, seriously, like this is food for my soul. Here I belong. I belong to be here in this
environment.
in this circle with these kids,
Yes.
because we use a circle.
So yes, yes, I saw on
It's a
Facebook.
community.
It's always in a
It's a
circle.
community.
It was so interesting. So just tell me now. There's school kids. There's girls are here. What do you do so that somebody can like look into what is it that you're teaching? It's I liked the term. Is it physical theater?
Yeah.
You know, I like the term because sometimes people say
That's
acting. Exactly. I love it because we don't get to know a difference. People will say, I act, I am a dancer. But they don't understand what there's mentally, there's something that you learn physically, emotionally, like the craft in the arts.
I mean, the arts is all about you.
Yes.
The arts is all about you,
The hobby.
and how you want to tell your story, or how you want to release whatever tension that you have.
Okay.
Like it's not okay. Like I said, like even with creative art, it's the 4 art forms.
Okay.
So with Vuso brings in applied drama methodology.
Okay.
Applied drama methodology, actually, it is the 4 art forms.
Okay.
So bringing me as somebody like I feel very strong in the drama and dance.
Okay.
Because those are my the
So
ones
hence
that I really
like
yes.
I've been watching.
Yeah.
I've been watching.
I can't separate the two, and also I love music. So let's just
blend it all together.
why do we have to choose?
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
it's all about
So
the
what
story.
do they
How do you
learn? What do they learn
all of them?
when they come in? What's the introduction to
The
drama?
introduction, first of all, is all about opening this safe space.
Okay.
Safe space for them to just like, we start with like, let's share. How are we doing? Where are we at? What do we think? Where do we want to be? You know, that safe space. Like, there's no judgment.
Okay.
I always call it like, especially now that I'm working with the young ones, like in the community, I say this is a space whereby we do all the wrong things.
Things. I like it.
We
You
do
did
all the wrong things. This is where we make mistakes.
Yeah.
We make mistakes and then we fix them. We find a way to fix them according to what is right for us.
Yeah. Wow.
So that is done through theater games,
Okay.
and yeah, basically theater games.
Yes.
Yeah,
Wow.
there's lots.
That's
So
no,
So
guys,
many.
we'll have to come and then just have a look at it. And you know, when they're doing their things, we'll link this one in. Because you know what I saw when I think there were students, and I like that they in school uniform, as you were saying, Guti, blend the two, you know, so that it's not outside of your school life. And I was seeing this guy knock, 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 you know, like they're doing the knock, picking up the phone and all that. You know, the whole movement, the drum, learning how to walk and listen. I'm like, oh wow. Khathala, I come from an environment where I used to go to community projects like club, like your Negro, where we were taught these things, but they were not part of education. They were not part of my curriculum. When I got to matric, and I couldn't even think I want to study drama. All I wanted to do was anything that has social working, or that's why I landed in PR. But I knew that I was talented. And I then went to when I was looking for employment, so that you get to know why I was like, I see Khathala is doing so much. And I've known you from the arts, but I've never like spoken to you to get to understand the passion where you come from. Hence, I'm asking you about you more than the project, because I feel people buy you first before they buy what you do.
Yeah.
So this is who you are. This is your
I've been told that.
yes, you exactly. It's your DNA.
I don't believe in the, but I
Believe in you. You know, and that's why things do happen. And I would like to see more parents getting involved in their kids' life when you
It's so
see
crucial.
that a child is talented. Find a way.
I would like to go to the group that I started again through Mvuso 2016 at Tabajabula
Yeah.
in Soweto. So it was two groups, which I wasn't even supposed to be like working with them. I was supposed to, you know, come, observe, and then come again and, you know, have a facilitation session with them, and that's it.
Okay.
Twice. I was supposed to come just twice, see this group twice. And it didn't happen like that. Their teacher asked me to come again. And then I'm like, okay, now you have to speak to Drama for Life, because I'm doing more than I'm supposed to do.
Okay.
So Drama for Life had to, because now this is work, people.
Yeah.
Compensate me somehow.
Yes.
You know. So, and they had to do that because like the school needed me and the kids needed me. And even after Mvuso, so now they're like, okay, what's gonna happen? Can you please come?
Yeah.
Can you please come, even if you come for an hour after school? Please. So their teacher at that time, which was Sven, they called him Mr. G. So he actually organized that for it to happen.
Wow.
For me to be in the school and working with those kids as long as I like. It's never easy, hey?
Yeah.
It's never easy to work with a group or to work with just like anyone else. It's never easy. And there was a time whereby I'm thinking, okay, these kids, I'm not understanding them because I'm getting so much attitude.
Okay.
they want me to be here, and
Right.
then why are they acting like this now?
Okay.
So I'm like, okay,
Stop.
everything. Let's stop everything. Let's talk.
Okay.
Let's have conversation. Let's introduce each other to each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is when you see good. You meet kids from all walks of life.
Whoa. And at the same time, like, yo, 2 hours was way too long, and no one, like, they were 15 then.
Okay.
Not even half got a chance to talk.
And introduce themselves.
It was so much. It was so much. It, like, we didn't have tissue boxes, but like, my goodness.
Oh my God.
Like, I opened a can of worms,
Okay.
but like that was needed.
Okay.
And now, through them, I got to know where these kids are coming from.
Okay.
I got to understand why sometimes even the teachers, like, you don't understand this child. We quickly are judging, and they get so defensive that they
Oh.
give you the attitude, just like it's an escape boat for them.
Yeah.
They don't mean to.
So
but
it's a
like,
mask because
it's a
they are
mask,
masking
yes.
whatever is that side. So this is where the art and the drama come from, because the masking is part of life. So when you need to take it out and
Yes.
put it back, so you have to go dig deep to say, let's start with you. Oh wow.
Whoa. Right there and there, I'm like, write it down. Let's write our stories. Let's write our stories. Let's write our stories. Yo, I got to the point, okay, I feel the need to meet these parents. And after we shared, I'm like, okay, you know what? There's absolutely nothing I can do for your parents, for your family. Seriously, I wish I could, but nothing. But you have a future. You are not your situation. You can change things around for yourself. You can look back at your situation right now, or just look at it right now and laugh, smile at it and laugh at it and say,
I'm not you.
I'm leaving you soon.
Yeah.
I am so leaving you soon. So within that continuing working with these kids, I felt the need to now meet the parents.
Okay.
And I'm ready. And I know them. And I believe those kids. I believe the kids, what come from the kids,
Yeah.
what they have shared. I don't, like, whatever you're gonna come up to me as a parent.
You already know.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you're missing some stuff, some juicy stuff.
Because as parents, we always we view our kids the way we want to view
Yeah.
them, and the kids can have a way of shutting down. You would not know when they outside home, the true self comes out.
Yeah.
And it takes somebody like
Yeah.
you to definitely, that doesn't happen go maths, that doesn't happen go English class, that doesn't happen go economics. Actually, it happens in total different spaces where you
Yeah.
get to see the real person. Sure. And your focus is always high school. So that is
Yeah, well, that was then.
okay.
That was then.
And then now.
And because that's all I thought I knew,
Okay.
or that's I felt comfortable in, because I have been doing it
Yeah.
through Siligwa,
Yes, I
firstly
remember.
before,
Yeah.
you know,
Yes.
and then now Mvuso, and I'm thinking, okay, and then I got a job at the street lights.
Okay.
That freaked me out, because now I have to work with like grade ones.
Oh.
Now I'm testing I feel like I've been tested. It's either they're testing my patience, because I mean, even with the
The legal
we have our times, we have our fights with the old ones.
Yeah.
We have our happy
But at
moments.
least there's an understanding.
You know,
It's-
it's
this
gonna
is
go
growth.
like, now we're talking about like a little child, and I am sensitive when it comes to kids. I'm like, ooh.
Okay. What do I do with these ones now?
Listen, trust in you.
Wow.
I didn't know. I had no idea. I thought like I had to do some adjustment
Yeah.
in terms of like how I work.
How you work with them based on age and understanding.
Only
And
to find out there's no such a thing. Same thing that I do with the grade
10, 11.
a grade 8 learner. I can do it with a
Grade
grade
one.
2.
Wow.
It's just that they
It's a
can't read.
learning.
It's just that they can't read. Those one they can read and write. This one they can't read.
can
But
tell
you
the
know what?
story.
I can. We had like reading
Oh,
like
wow.
the storybooks and stuff like that, and then dramatize that.
Oh, wow.
So catching the lines, writing them down, and saying, give it to your mother or your sister or whoever that is old to
read it to
yeah,
you.
to read it to you. Make sure that when you come,
When
back,
you come back, you
you
can
know your
act it out.
lines.
Wow.
So it became the whole competition of like,
I know.
Teacher Katie, I know my lines. I know my lines. I know my lines. The kids, they want to perform.
Oh, yes.
They want to perform.
Wow.
It became a competition towards each other.
Oh,
We should say
wow.
healthy competition. There's nothing
Yes.
wrong about, you
I
know.
like what you're bringing in to say the forms of teaching might not differ from everybody, but if you know how to teach, you can teach anybody at any environment and because you're just bringing the best in who they are. Whether it's written or not written, you bring, wow.
And we forget like this is all about them.
Yes.
And as much as they think that that's the other thing, like I always start by saying like, I don't know things. This is a space for us to learn.
To all learn. I can also
From
learn from
each
each other. You
Like-
learn from me, I learn from you.
Yeah, we have things that we need to share, and then
Yeah.
that's all we
Would
do.
you
Just
say-
like listen and respond.
Would you say creative arts or like the arts is a better form of helping kids to know themselves,
Yes,
and
absolutely.
build the self-esteem and
Absolutely.
build who they are? Because stepping out, I remember I was very shy, but I look like an outgoing person. I love stage. But the only thing that led me not to be on stage, because that thing nobody helped me to get it out. Even today, I would all say, one day I'll perform, but I've never, because the self-confidence and the esteem that I tell myself, which I
Yeah.
can't. So this is why it's best to work with schools.
Listen, I'm gonna go back again to Tabajabula.
Yeah.
So the group of kids that I have, I still have them, even though we don't see each other because of COVID. But they there. Those kids, like some of them were those kids, like even the teacher says, "Woo, that
Full
one,
was, yeah.
woo, that one," and I'm like, so you see, like I was that kid once.
Oh yeah.
Remember, I was that kid that the teachers talk about,
Yes.
you know. But like, you know, you don't know what I have in mind. With that kid is gonna blow your mind away.
Yes. Will be
Let me
something,
tell you,
will be
it's-
somebody.
Because of the space, because of the space created for them, because of that opportunity of been working with the person like me. And I'm not just about drama.
As you said, it's holistic.
Even with their schoolwork, you know, okay, how many grade 8s do we have? Grade 9s, 10, 11. I even had grade 10s and grade 10s and 11 who are not doing creative arts. Even the school were like, no. They have to focus on this. The kids like,
But we
ma'am, I'm
do
coming.
this.
What time are you
wanna
practicing?
do this.
We're coming. They find their own time. Like even with schools, like I don't go to school to make friends, to be friends with teachers, because we can't.
Yeah.
We can't. I'm that person wherever I go, people
Let's
look
help
at
this
me and
individual.
go, ooh, that one.
Let's help
Ooh,
this
that
child.
one. You know, and at the end of the day, my focus is this.
This child.
None of my kids failed.
Wow. Because they are motivated.
They begged me to wait until they matric. The last one was, which I called my last born. She was 14. She was the only one who was in grade 8 then. The others were from grade 9s upwards. Like she passed right now. She's the only one who now had to do exams, like grade 12
grade
last
12,
year.
yes.
The rest have finished.
Wow.
They at UJ studying somewhere else. Like these kids,
Are they pursuing the same career or different things?
they can't leave me.
Oh, yes. That's lovely.
Believe me, I tell them, I'm like, guys, we will still be in each other's lives.
Okay.
I didn't bring this for you to become artists. No. But if that's your choice, then you go ahead. You know, I'm not going to be your parent and say, no, 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 no.
Yes,
But
yes.
like, if you want, go ahead. But like, you can still work with other people. We will always be in each other's lives. Like my boy right now, he wants to shoot that they call it Bahludi,
Okay.
the piece with the personal monologues.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Bahludi. He was to shoot it in May.
Okay.
To make a video or
Like a film of some sort and
you
showcase
call it like
it. Yes.
it's a gazini. It's what I call them. Because what I do, it is
a gazini.
It is in the
It's
blood.
inborn. Oh, wow.
So they want to do Bahludi as a reunion. They want to have Bahludi reunion, which is coming up with that piece with the personal monologues.
Sure. What can you advise young people who don't know where to go? They at school, normal school, but these projects are not close to them. Where can they go? How can they find you? I was talking to a friend whom my daughter used to do drumming. I said that before, drumming in school. And then for her birthday, her 16th birthday, I bought her a drum because I saw she liked the drum. So now, yeah, so now she has the drum. Now there's no drama teacher. So I was asking, why aren't you teaching? Maybe find parents who, you have a child who might be a creative at home, but they don't offer these at school. Like, how can you advise parents and kids where to go, how to find these projects? Like here at Troyville, like this is the space, this is beautiful, you meet Saturday, but where can they find information so that even if they don't come from a school, so that another wing of parents paying for their kids to do these things, where do we find Khathala? You know, where do we find Khathala? Where are they and how do we get contact and put our kids there if at school they don't have the same projects with Abovitz and Mvuzo?
Yeah, well, I don't know. There's so many of us that get that question.
Yeah.
Or we all get that question as artists. It's challenging. It's challenging because, like, seriously, I will say, like, the only art center that basically that I even know here in Joburg is Sibigwa. But Sibigwa is far.
Yeah.
So Sibigwa that is working with artists from around Johannesburg, you know, as far as even Pretoria. So then these people, for instance, me coming from Soweto, going to Benoni and get all this information and bringing it in Soweto as a project, and now the project is finished, what then must happen? Me wanting to continue with the project and even having involved other projects, where do I, even as Khathala, where do I go?
Where do you begin?
Where do I start?
Sure.
I need space, first of all.
Okay.
Space is very important because where is all this going to happen?
Yeah. So that's why schools are the main
Because
best places. While the child wakes up, go to school, they do everything school related, including this, and then they go home.
Yeah. That is why I stayed at Tabajabula that long, because that was my space for the school, because they already know me.
Yeah.
So like I could use it any time, weekends, during school holidays. Like I was with those kids.
Don't have to travel far.
They don't have to. That's the other thing.
Because
like you need to kind of like find a space like that is, which is the same thing as what with the travel house. Travel house is for people around
the
travel
area,
around the Bez Valley or the Valley area. Which is, I don't even know that much.
Wow.
Yeah, but so it's an easy access for them, so that they don't have to travel to then bring
Easy access.
people.
Easy access,
easy
because
access.
sometimes you don't get to do the things because they're not accessible to you. So that's why. So it means this is more like a call to like educators, schools, even the Department of Education, that they must
Start with the
cascade
Department of Education.
and cascade it down to schools,
Mm.
so that because there's so many artists, there's so many talented people, that each and every school, I believe, in South Africa can have an artist or an art teacher there, like strictly.
I don't want to lie. Like I have to mention, like, as far as I know, like Sibigwa has done, like
Wow.
Phyllis Claus, like she, oh my goodness, that woman, bless her soul. She's the one, like she even goes to the meeting with the department. We even had like the people like with us at Sibigwa saying like, this is it. Yes, you believe in what we're doing,
Yeah.
but like there's so much that she can do.
There's a gap.
If the department is not
doing what
doing
they're
it.
supposed to do. Okay.
Because even the teachers will say, our facilitators, which they're from the department, our facilitators, they say, this is it, teach this language. It's creative art, and it's more about practical than theory. But they don't have the practical. They don't know how to do the practical. And then you're expecting the kids to know
learn.
how.
Yeah. Sure.
So it is from the Department of Education first.
Sure. So the responsibility is for everybody, because if you work in the government, you need to know the information. You need to you need to impart the knowledge, and you need to help, because this is for our kids as well. Yo, Khathala. So where to from here? Where to from here? So this is the platform. This is us shining the light on the arts and the school and how we put this together. So if you were to be given something to say, you know what, if you can give me this is 2021. All I need is this for me to do this. What would you want?
I want that space right there.
Okay.
I want something like that. Because for me, it's never an issue to get the kids. There's kids.
Okay.
There's kids
everywhere who are talented, who are hungry.
Hey, I go to schools. I go to schools, and I'm not shy in talking to the principals.
Okay.
If I have to go to the Department of Education, I will be Phyllis and do that.
Wow.
As long as I have space.
Wow. So the space then becomes a challenge.
Have space and then get funding. Get funded, because I need to leave.
Yes. Obviously, it's you, it's the material, is the space, and the kids when they're coming here, there's water, there's electricity, there's everything within the space. Yeah. Okay, so those are the big, wow. Yeah. Sure. So we're gonna put it out there. This is Khathala Nkomo. There is so much more to her than what meets the eye. She's been in, that's why I call her a veteran. She's been in the space for so long, and I would hope and like Uguti, if like people who will be watching this interview can share the information, because I know, like a ripple effect, sometimes when you throw a stone emanzini, it does that. So that doors can open. And when you go knock at somebody's door now, which is a school, if you're a teacher or a principal and you hear this, when Khathalas come, you open and you ask for the budget. Yes, you ask for the budget, because it will be easy. The school works with the budget already if they budgeted.
Oh, who you talking? Who you telling about such things? I've been working in school.
I know.
I've been having that kind of
so they
love what you do. They will praise you. They will praise you. Oh my goodness. Or even in the school, right? Yesterday, the principal was like, tomorrow, I'm coming to your class. I need to join you. They always love you. Come to the time whereby they're like, maybe we need to talk to the parents.
Oh, yes.
Maybe. Are you only thinking about that right now?
No, because it's something that you're supposed to be, because schools,
it's been ongoing.
Students, they come in and out. You should know this by now. We pay fees, and part of the fees, they can be explained. And parents would like to see their kids really doing everything that they want to do, even in performing arts, because I love the arts, that it's something that you can do with any other profession. It's one beautiful profession that you can master. As a doctor, you can be an actor. As a lawyer, you can act, you can draw, you can do. I love, so it would be nice for that to become a maths, a English, a on its own. From
Maths is there in dance, man.
You know,
You
so
get
it
maths
should
in
be.
dance.
Yes.
All these
Oh,
subjects
wow.
combined, they in there. They there,
They there.
there.
No,
You know.
then thank you so much, Khathala. You know what we'll do is, because the clips that I saw on Facebook encouraged me to also want, where are the young people? Young people must be part of this all over the world, wherever, Alberton. They must come, so that part of the interview I'll showcase that with your obviously permission to add the class, you know, the snippets that you've already shown on social media. We will add them so that parents can see, so that parents, if you're not sitting on the government board, if you're not in a committee, but be that parent who says, I know something like this exists, and I want to know if this school has this.
Yeah, parents, like I said, like even when I went to the, like, I was glad that I did that. Well, I had to do that.
Yeah.
To get to know the parents of my
Yes.
kids that I work with. And the trust that they put. I mean, I don't know, maybe somehow they don't have a choice, because the kids, like, they want to be with me, they want to work with me, in the sense, like, even whatever that is happening now, however the kids behaves around the household, the mother will call or the father will call, you know, so and so is doing that and that and that, same thing as the teachers do, you know, so and so, and okay, so but why don't you play your part?
Yes. As a
Play
parent.
your part. All of a sudden now I'm this person that they should talk to in order to talk to
with
the,
the
to get
kids.
to the kids. You know, I'm the only one that can straighten them. No,
And
but
understand
you can.
You can.
You've been
Be
their
part of your
teacher.
child's life.
This is your child
Be
as a
part of
parent. You know.
So the parent, teacher, child,
it's
that
important.
triangle is important.
It is important. It is so important.
Great.
Because, like, everything, I mean, there's almost, yeah. Let's go back into, I just want to skip into the principal thing.
Yes.
Since I've been working in a lot of schools, like the school that which is, I came back to this year, it's in town, Wisdom and Knowledge College. Like, that was, for me, I even say thanks to COVID. Because first of all, I didn't even know about the school.
Is it? Okay.
I mean, there's so many schools or buildings that look like, I don't understand that school is a building. It looks like offices. It's like, it's just like a floor.
Yeah.
You know, I would say,
wow.
I say to people, it's a 4-bedroom flat.
And it's a school. Sure.
That's how small it is. And getting in there, for me, it was convenient because just a walking distance from our house.
Okay.
Because that was also the instruction from Mr. Bigwa. Get the school that is
closest to you. Yes.
Yeah, so that you don't have to travel because, you know, COVID and stuff. So, and when I started there in that school last year, first school that I was called in meetings.
Oh, wow.
First school that I actually, like, really signed in the teacher's register.
Oh, wow.
Sign in and out, and even
not like an external someone who just comes, but be part of.
Yeah.
Wow.
And also first school whereby even during the meeting I would like shy out because the principal is quoting me. Teachers are coming in.
What?
Because the principal is telling them to find other ways of teaching.
Oh, wow.
Which is what I do. The fact that, like, as a teacher, you don't have to have a cane, you don't have to scream at the child to get the child's attention. You know, the fact that, like, find a way of, like, instead of coming to a learner and as a teacher and teach them, find a way of, like, build that relationship, make sure that you also learn from a learner.
Oh, yes.
See, now that's the facilitation.
So there's a difference.
That's a difference between a teacher and a facilitator.
Oh,
big time.
Wow.
I don't come there and say this is how it's supposed to be. I guide. I guide.
You
the
got
process.
the learning, yes.
a guide. So
That's
most of the time,
amazing.
like for me, transparency is very important in my workspace.
Wow.
It's more about them.
Than yourself.
Yeah.
Because whatever you have, the knowledge that we have will always won't go anywhere, no matter how many times you impart it to this child
Believe
and the
me,
other. It will
They
never
praise you
go.
even more if you put them
Yeah.
ahead because they are important.
Yes.
They need to know that they exist. They need to know that their points, whatever that they're thinking, matters.
To you most.
Yes. Here, where we work.
And that's what we forget as parents
We work.
and teachers.
We work. I don't work. We work. It's our time.
Yeah.
Let's share.
Wow. Sure. You must write a thesis or a book. You must write something that you can, because I can see also you teaching teachers. I can see
Yeah.
that space whereby teachers get taught how to teach using different ways of teaching in other, subjects. So there's so much more that you are supposed to do. So you need to go out, Khathala.
I didn't even know that I can work with like older people.
Yes, that's what I'm seeing.
We had workshops with like 1,000 women from 50 African countries. 52 African countries. 2 years ago at Beachwood Hotel,
Yeah.
that we did facilitation. These are the people that owns the NGOs in their countries.
Okay.
So they do the kind of work that they work with abused women and kids. So it was their time. So I was one
as well.
Yeah, I was one of the kind of. It's all about them.
Okay.
How can we as women facing these kind of situations, how are we there for each other? What can we share that can help us
Help others.
others?
Okay.
Yeah.
True, because those things you learn. Sometimes it's difficult. You can meet somebody at an abuse and you don't know what to say. So women can learn, not women per se, but people can learn
people.
how to
Yeah.
help others
Yeah.
in different ways. Wow, Khathala, you're opening up another another workshop for people. So I have a friend who's working with teenagers. I think they were doing vision board a month ago, last month, February, they were doing vision board. So they're taking young kids, help them to learn about themselves. So these are when I see you, I see such people where we can see collaboration, and they hoping to make it as a membership where as parents, the kids pay a membership and then they give them different outside of school learning. And I wouldn't, so
Collaboration.
You there.
I'm here for collaboration. Because, it is for the good cause.
True.
True. And as it's even nicer when we all have these creative minds
putting
together for what?
For just us one child to come out better as
Just
an
one.
African child.
One.
Wow.
One.
Oh, no, I'm loving this. So we want to have a second one. That's why I moved away from Vuzo and, with VEDS and all that. So that's a different conversation, because I find when it's NGOs and it's projects, you find that corporates are not part of it. But when we do the next interview with that's when we'll talk about why is VEDS doing this?
Yeah.
Why Vuzo is doing this? How are they doing it?
Yeah.
Funding and all that, so that people like you, if you were to be funded, they know you come from these big projects.
Yeah.
So because there's only one, there's so many more projects that can be done.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to that conversation that will set it up with your team. So I love talking to you about you more today, which worked. Thank you so much, Khathala, for the time and the space that you've shown us today. Yes.
Thank you.
Guys, there you have it. Please subscribe. It's gonna be one of those conversations that you tune into over and over and over. There's so much more to cover, and we will follow this project and do all other activities with them. Thank you. Yes.
Yes.